Focus, find it. What you guys doing? Hey, dude. Oh, man. Oh. We're practicing our death rattles. What? Most improved death rattle.
You want to try one?
Do one. It's Death Day.
Oh, I didn't realize that was today.
Yeah, man. It comes once a year like your birthday. But instead...
I'm well aware of what Death Day is.
You should be practicing with us, man.
It's the day you practice dying.
You're the human. You're gonna die.
I'm sorry,
Mortal.
Dude.
You're mortal.
I'm mortal.
He's our mortal friend.
You don't think you're gonna die?
Of course not. We just upload our subject into the next vehicle.
That's what we do.
We transition.
That's exactly what dying is. It's the transition of the essential self from one vehicle to another. We die?
No, not like
Nothing
him.
comes into existence that doesn't pass out of existence. I mean, don't kid yourself, okay?
We're all gonna die.
That which is made is unmade.
We don't die.
Into the enigmatic flux of the invisible and visible cosmos.
Enigmatic flux? You should do a death rattle. Just try one.
You want me to try one?
Are you afraid of dying like all the other mortals? Buddhas in disguise keep popping through the portals. Party like a pop star. Make a lot of love. Detonate the deity, keep it feeling freaky. Deity is freaky. This show's a medley of some deadly shit. Put your head in the keyhole, turn your soul until it unsplits and your lamp's been lit. Roll your eyes out your head and check this shit. Let's do this thing! Orgasms. Victorians called it the little death, but it damn near killed Margaret Birken, who after 23 years without an orgasm finally had one, so intense it catapulted her out of her body. I find myself in the realms of what I would call spirit. I was in another dimension. Hey y'all, the experience was the first in a series of many out-of-body orgasms where Birken would leave her body, transported to new age dimensions of spiritual awareness to receive spiritual teachings. While back on Earth, her fat husband toggled her areolas like an abacus. Pedophile priest, dead at last. John Gagan, a defrocked Roman Catholic priest and convicted child molester, died after being assaulted in prison. More than 130 people have accused him of sexual abuse during his 30-year career in 6 parishes. He was defrocked in 1998, and now he's dead. The Necrophiles! Necrophilia, nostalgia, or psychopathic depravity. There are 3 basic types of necrophilia, experts say. Each type has a correlate behavior. Necrophilic homicide, which is murder to obtain a corpse. Regular necrophilia, the use of a corpse already dead for sexual pleasure, and necrophilic fantasy, envisioning the acts but not acting on them. The types are not exclusive. Just because you murdered someone to have sex with doesn't mean you can't take advantage of a corpse you chance upon elsewhere. That's serendipity. Auto-erotic Asphyxiation, aka the deadly increase in pleasure as the body releases endorphins in the state of asphyxia. It's estimated between 500 and 1,000 deaths occur annually in the US from AEA masturbation. Most of them, artists. That kills me! Death erection. It's true. Often those executed by hanging leave this world with a post-mortem boner. For instance, in 1899, the president of France died while receiving oral sex from his mistress. The episode induced rigor mortis for him, and I'm not making this up, lockjaw for her. This is true. She was taken to the hospital, the dead president's penis still lodged in her mouth, and that is a satisfying sentence. God, death! China and Texas sitting in a tree. K-I-L-L-I-N-G. 69 countries in the world retain the death penalty. Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and the US are the only developed democratic countries that have a death penalty. But nobody quite wields it with the dehumanizing verve of China. A senior member of China's National People Congress announced that China executes about 10,000 people a year. What can they kill you for in China? Embezzling, tax fraud, or doing a show like this. Execution! In 2006, 53 people were executed in the United States. 24 in Texas alone. 32 were white, 21 were black. All were men. I'm back! fact. Verifiable near-death experiences are those in which the experiencer acquires information which they could not have obtained by any normal means, such as something occurring in another room of the hospital while the experiencer's body is dead. A neuropathologist and atheist who was legally dead for 3 days until a doctor began to perform an autopsy. That stings. They stopped the autopsy and took him to the hospital where he recovered for 9 months. All I can say now is that I believe in the God of the universe. Unlike many other people, however, I have never called God the light, because God is beyond our comprehension. God, I believe, is even more than the light, because God is also darkness. Reincarnation! Woo! University of Virginia, Division of Perceptual Studies. Researchers Jim Tucker and Ian Stevenson have published many books and dozens of research papers in peer-reviewed journals, and the evidence is pretty thick, my friends. Check out Stevenson's book, 20 Cases Suggestive of Reincarnation, after investigating 2,500 cases of children who appear to remember past lives. My conclusion so far is that reincarnation is not the only explanation for these cases, but that it is the best explanation we have for the stronger cases. Death! Death! Death cults of Christ. New York Times reports that underground Christian sects, including one that worships a female Jesus, are using extreme tactics to get people to convert to their religion. Their methods? Kidnapping, torture, murder, and mutilation. Things could be worse. Famine was so rampant in Russia in the early 1900s, cannibalism became an accepted feature of daily life. Human bodies were sold at market as edible meat. The widespread cannibalism continued well into the 1930s. Ah, muy blaho druch. Conscious dying. Sure, now everyone's doing it. American Book of the Dead has been in print for 33 years. The Bodhisattva of all Bardo realms, E.J. Gold, authored the American Book of the Dead, and in doing so has helped hundreds of thousands of entities navigate the inevitable transition from here to here. Just as a midwife assists in birth, the reader of the American Book of the Dead assists voyagers who have passed into the macro dimensions to attain liberation or to achieve a conscious and deliberate rebirth on re-entry into the human dimension, in which the voyager may select a living creature with which to associate. Such symbiotic association is commonly called, from the organic view, a lifetime.
Nice of you to show up.
Sorry I'm late to the fang
To
fest. Get over
this
it.
important meeting.
Alright?
Okay, yeah.
Good, let's go.
I,
Stuart
Davis,
being
being
of
sound and body,
hereby
make
make
this
this
my
my
last will and testicle and testament.
I'll start. First of all, I want to be cremated. Second of all, if I ever get really screwed up, don't keep me on life support.
You think we're just gonna pull the plug on you just because you're unconscious?
Alright? None of this Terry Schiavo shit. Just pull the damn plug.
How can you be so cavalier?
I'm not being cavalier. I've thought about it a lot.
I promise I'll kill you if you get sick, alright?
That's not what I said.
Who knows, maybe they'll invent a cure for whatever put you in the brain-dead coma. And then who are we to play God?
I'll kill you.
Do not revive me.
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Your turn.
2 things for me, mainly. I want to be cremated as well, but I have an additional request. It's very important. I would like my ashes
to be
in your mouth and go to the Vatican and spit them in the Pope's face.
What?
Or barring that possibility, and cold turkey.
That's sacrilege.
These are my final wishes,
That's
okay?
a bit much.
I agreed to kill you, man. You know, I could go to jail for
the
that.
Pope or
Come
Ann
on.
Coulter.
Is it
Next.
a deal or not?
We'll spit.
Well, first of all, I want white lilacs at my funeral, hundreds and hundreds of white lilacs, and I don't want to be cremated, which is gross, but I want a white ivory casket.
And I want to be floated into heaven on a white cloud.
With
6
silk
white fairies
lining,
for pallbearers.
and I want to be buried in a white
farting
robe.
crystalline
and
white bubbles
if
out
I'm
of their
supposed to
ethereal
spit
butts.
your ashes,
You're
then
either
you
gay or
better
dead.
darn well.
You guys, stop. Today is death day. Just don't get distracted by the white noise of the personality.
Sorry. Funny how it's called white noise. Funny how it's called the Black Plague.
The hardest thing for me about dying, and knowing that I will die, is letting go. Just letting go of my family and my friends and my wife. think I'm just afraid. Because I don't know what it's like to die, you know?
You die every night in your sleep, idiot. You've done it a billion times. You drop your gross body, your subtle body, your causal body. Do you see how he deflects everything and how his fear like distorts and it closes down the vulnerability of the group? And so I don't feel safe to be exposed with you?